Good evening, Cannabis family. Well, I have a very, very special live tonight. As in every night, I have a very special live, but I have a new friend tonight that I have been waiting a while to get on the show. So I finally got her on, and I've had the privilege to be talking to her on and off, chatting throughout the day. So I cannot wait to get her in here and to introduce you guys to her, and for me to learn and for you guys to learn. So let me do that now. On a new name, as you guys could, well, not a new name, Tragic Dreamers, but I have been having some trouble, and I wanted to let you guys know about that as well, because other people in the Cannabis fam have also been having some issues I've seen. And we don't know if it's from new rules that are happening on IG or what exactly it is, but there has been a lot of people I know having issues with cannabis content, so be careful on that. I am going to look into it as far as if there's been rule changes or anything, but I know it has been a problem with a lot of people. So she is in the room right now, Bree, so let me get her in the live so we can meet her. And thanks everybody for coming in and joining. Hey, that was fast. How are you?
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I have the privilege to be able to talk to you on and off throughout the day today. Let me fix the light. So can you just introduce yourself to everybody else, just so they know who you are, what you've been telling me, and then I have some questions, but just let everybody know who you are and
Okay.
where we'll go from.
Okay. So, my name is Brianna, but I go by Bree. I smoke cannabis because I've had an autoimmune disease since I was 5 years old. It affects my muscles and my bones, and I live with chronic pain, and I use cannabis to control my pain. I also use RSO. I take a gram a day of RSO to help with gastroparesis. And I, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. This is my first time going live.
Yeah, it's okay. You're good.
So I smoke a lot, but I use RSO mainly to medicate. I can't see you on top of the live. That's what's kind of throwing me off.
1 second. Let me take the filter off.
Um, so
Good. Better?
I'm going to start a project on YouTube with my health journey because I haven't been really sharing my health journey on Instagram as much as I'd like to. But I'm also thinking about maybe starting another Instagram for that purpose. Just to maybe, share other things, have different.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. That's kind of what I try to do with like my poetry, and when I was in Project America, kind of mix it up like that.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking a little bit earlier today as far as the YouTube, because I don't know much about it, and I've been trying to get into that too, as far as loading stuff and how that works compared to IG.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother, platform. It's a lot of work. A lot of people don't get it. Like with the IG and with the YouTube and all this Facebook, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Now we talked a little bit earlier. So you went through the whole a prescription painkiller thing down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Florida.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was prescribed to pain medication, and I was dependent on it. I was addicted to pain medication for a long time. And I woke up one day and I decided that I did not want to be addicted or dependent on pain medication anymore. And I decided to go cold turkey off of them. And it was really, really hard. And it took a long time to get sober, but I did it. And getting clean and sober, just it was the best thing I've ever done for myself. And I haven't looked back. And using cannabis has been the best thing for me. It's bettered my life in so many ways. And it's like it's changed my life, and it's great.
I went through that whole thing with the pain meds too. I have
Hmm.
herniated disc and I have stenosis of the spine. So, uh,
Yeah.
especially growing up, we're not far from each other. A lot of people that I talk to on the lives, they're all over the place, but you're like a county over.
Hmm.
Florida was bad. I 18 years old. I remember walking out of a pain clinic with
Same thing.
a ridiculous amount of meds that were not needed. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, I had pain, but I didn't need to be walking out with what I walked out with back then.
I went to a doctor and said that my neck hurt, and I got like a bunch of pain medicine, like that I totally shouldn't have had, like for a neck ache. Like what? No,
Yeah, it was crazy down here back
absolutely
then, and a lot of people I know still to this day, they got caught up, and then the fentanyl. And I remember back in a few years ago, it was like a week. Every week, I would hear someone passing. It was crazy.
ridiculous.
And
Mhm.
to be in chronic pain and to switch, like, did you switch over when you say cold turkey? Were you using cannabis already at that point?
I mean, I was smoking like recreationally just for fun, but when I decided to go cold turkey off of the pain meds, I used cannabis to get off of like I started smoking to
Yeah.
get off of it. And I'm not gonna lie, I did drink at that time, but I do not drink now. But just to like get off
Or-
of,
yeah.
to get through the detox and everything, I did drink. Um, but like, I lost my husband died from a drug overdose, I mean, losing him, that was another reason that I decided to get sober, you know?
Yeah. 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 Like the families that I've seen just ruined due to
Mhm.
killers. It's horrible. But I'm not going to say a lot of people I know, because a lot of people I know aren't here anymore. But it's
Yeah.
like the ones that are okay now, especially the ones that with chronic pain like me that through accidents or have different disorders that are using cannabis now. Their lives are great. They're just
Yeah.
well mentally, physically, better and better every day.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I noticed with it's a battle. Every single day it's a battle,
Yeah.
like with the pain especially too. Like I'll wake up and I'll just be like, and it's finding that mix too. Like you're talking about
Mhm.
RSO. How do you use the RSO? Do you use it as time? Or-
What I do with my RSO, I actually have it right here next to me. I take my RSO and I put it in capsules like this.
Okay.
I have it, I take it out of the syringe and I take a third of a gram at a time and I put it in these little capsules. And putting it in the capsule helps it to last longer than just like putting it on top of food and then eating it. So it lasts like 4 hours instead of like, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Um, so this is a great way for, pain management for people to do it is putting it in a capsule. I
And once,
actually have
how many
uh,
capsules does that fill up?
well, I do three because I do a third of a gram in each capsule and I take a whole gram a day of RSO right now.
Okay.
I did the RSO method, and when you do the RSO method, you end up taking a gram a day of RSO, and the maintenance dose, some people end up staying on a gram a day of RSO. And currently, with my health situation, that's what I need to stay on.
Graham, and that's you definitely, since you started the RSO, it's a noticeable difference.
Yeah, absolutely. It's keeping me out of the hospital. I have gastroparesis, and basically, I can't keep food in my body, or like, I can't keep food in my body or nutrition in my body currently. And I have something else going on with my body that they can't really figure out. They haven't been able to diagnose yet. And so my body is just struggling. But for the RSO is sustaining me so that I'm not ending up, completely depleted and in the hospital.
I got you.
So
I see you do dab a lot. So that helps also?
it helps with the pain. It helps with the pain. It helps me just to feel good.
Yeah, yeah. I get it because a lot of it is the mental part of it too.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a huge part. I know for me, it's like, because I'll go into that, the pain will bring you into that mental state where it's just like depression. And I also suffer from anxiety.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I deal with a lot of anxiety, a lot of social anxiety and depression.
And it's what has, like I said, it's like finding what works, like you said, the RSO. So I've been told that another thing that I struggle with is insomnia. Um, I've been getting through that, finding the right strains to get through that. And I was told the RSO, it's not something that I did yet. I didn't try it yet, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That helps well with insomnia. What I do, I love flower, and I smoke a lot of flower, and I stick to either heavy indica at night or the edibles I've been doing. And if I get the right edible, that's
Mm-hmm.
out at night, and I'll be able to get a good night's sleep from it. But
Okay.
I do have to kind of balance it out more when it comes to like the wax, the flower, the edibles, and find the right mixture with it. Because
Mm-hmm.
what I wind up doing is I'll go and I'll, use up all my flower in like 2 or 3 weeks and then have time left where I have to go and do this or do that. Or I'll smoke
Mm-hmm.
concentrates and then I'll have a tolerance where, you
And
know,
your tolerance is so high. Yeah.
yeah, so that's kind of what I'm struggling with now is finding that right balance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting there, but it's definitely been a journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It
it is.
like strain wise specific that you use that helps you more than
Not right now. I'm all over the place with strains. Honestly, I'm. I haven't found a strain, that one strain that I'm working with. More wedding cake and purple. I do like purple sunset. That is one that I actually really do like right now.
yeah,
That's
that's
a favorite of mine. But other than that, I'm literally all over the map with strains.
hey, Mora. Yeah, me too. And and a lot of it's because I'm still trying to find the right one. And
Exactly.
yeah, I do like the purple sunset though. That's something that I've been smoking on and off the last couple. Um, the Blue Dream, it's like I feel like a lot of the times with the Blue Dream, it's not the Blue Dream. I have that issue a lot of the time too. You know?
It's
Um,
not a true blue dream strain, yes.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'll find.
Hmm.
But how about like indica sativa for you?
For me, well, see, that's the thing. Since I started the RSO method, I'm kind of backwards. When I smoke, well, it's strange. When I smoke sativa, I get sleepy. It's like weird. But I still get also sleepy from indica, but I don't know. I like a good indica, obviously, all the time, but um, I like sativa also. It just depends when. I use them all throughout the day.
See, with me, I was told when I first went to the dispensary that because of my social anxiety and the PTSD to stay away from sativas, but
Hmm.
actually kind of was the opposite for me. You
Yeah.
know, it's when I smoked the a heavy indica, I would kind of get stuck, and I
Hmm.
but if I smoked like a good sativa, I'd be able to talk, I'd have energy.
Yeah.
So that's why, like I said, I keep the heavy indicas for nighttime because
Yep.
that's kind of more of just me like lay out, watch TV. I'm done with everything for the day. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, but
Absolutely. I agree.
besides that, it's the sativas, and I like the kushes. I do like the kushes.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that one. It, like I said, it just depends on what time of day it is and what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah. The RSO though, when you first now you build the tolerance to the three cap
Mhm.
a day, right?
Yes, because with ours though, you start out with like a grain of rice size dose, like what the normal dose is that what you take, and you work up to the full gram dose
No.
over over 90 days.
Now, is it something that makes you tired at first? Did it make you tired when you first started taking it?
Yeah, and I mean it still makes me tired. I've been taking that amount of RSO for about 6 months now.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. And at three a day, 6 months, it still does the same thing for you. As far
Yeah.
as that's great. That's
Hmm.
really great because you would build with any other pharmaceutical or anything, you'd build a tolerance at that point. You know.
Yeah.
Dabs and dubs, yes, I do. Tragic America is the main account, but it's been having problems. So this is the backup right now. And then I just made a backup that I'm not doing really anything on. But yeah, I'm trying to spread everything out. I've also been hearing, I don't know if you heard, I talked to a few people today. A lot of people have lost accounts recently. So I don't know if I'm going to be very careful as far as showing cannabis, as far as, what I'm showing, because I spoke to three or four people today, and I heard actually somebody verified in the cannabis community lost their account. Now, I don't know for sure about that one. That's just something I heard. You know,
Hmm.
but I have been hearing that there was a lot of issues when it came to cannabis again. So I'm going to be very careful, and that's what I was telling you earlier about just spreading stuff around
Yeah.
with
Hmm.
not just IG, with YouTube, learning YouTube.
Yeah.
Also, do you do any of like the WeTube or anything? Any of those?
I just discovered the weed tube. I
Me
didn't
too.
know about that until recently.
Yeah, WeTube and I think Cannabis, or I might be.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just heard about them the last couple days, but yeah, to dabs and dubs. That's why I do that. That's why I have a few accounts because when I got into this, I was worried about that. I was worried about making all this content and then something happening,
Yeah.
and it
You
sucked.
work so hard on this stuff for to lose it all. It's like, ah.
Yeah, so I started to save everything, as far as reels, all of the lives I didn't save, but the ones I did save now, I started loading onto YouTube to just
Okay.
content on there. And yeah, I'm gonna look at Cannabis and WeTube and just spread it out as much as I can. But I do have tragicamerica.com, so that could lead everybody to all the content. Uh,
Great.
and so I keep that just for that reason. But yeah, that's why I have three contents. I mean three profiles. I don't mean to be confusing to anybody. I'm just really paranoid when it comes to my writing and to my film and all that.
Makes sense to me.
But I'm glad the RSO is working, and I think the next step for me as far as for the insomnia and the pain.
It's great for sleep.
Yeah, and
It
I
really is.
else also. Um, and that's like the last like really big hump for me. It's I'm getting there with the anxiety. I still do suffer from it on a daily basis, but I work through it by forcing myself to do things not just the smoking, but forcing myself to do things that I wouldn't normally do. If say like this live right now, if I had the social anxiety before the live, I'll force myself to come in live to talk to get past it. Yes, I do smoke before. Like I said, I smoked and I ate some hot Cheetos and some bacon. So I got the munchies and I was eating before the live, and then I got a little
Yeah.
bit I ate too much. But yes, I do smoke. That helps me. But um,
Right.
before it was Xanax. You know, it was
Yeah.
pills, and that literally prescription pills, Xanax, Roxy's, Oxys, up until this point ruined my entire life. You know,
Yeah.
me in prison.
Preaching to the choir.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, it's a route that I know that there's no way I can go down or will go down again. So
Mhm.
I'm getting there with cannabis. No, I'm not 100%, but I'm about 75, and I never thought we'd get that far, you know?
Right.
So, and I do therapy as well. I have a therapist that I talk to when it comes to the social anxiety.
Yeah.
Do you see like a chiropractor or anything like that, or when it comes to any physical therapy?
And now, with the autoimmune disease that I have, I can't do anything like that, unfortunately. Um, see rheumatologists, and they advise me on yoga and stretches and stuff like that that I can do, which is minimal.
Yeah.
But
And how do the doctors feel about the cannabis versus the prescription meds?
they they support it. They're very like they're happy for me. They're just like, wow.
Really? Yeah.
They're shook by what it's done for me. Because like I mean like I also have lupus, and I had like a really bad like butterfly rash on my face, and like my skin used to crack and bleed. It was terrible. And like I mean my skin like glows now.
Yeah.
I mean like it's I mean the things that cannabis has done and changed for me is are just it's amazing.
That is amazing. And I've heard that from so many people since I've started this project. Just things that you wouldn't think, like you said,
Yeah.
like I would have never thought that. I had somebody else, their thyroid issue, it completely fixed their thyroid issue, you know.
Yeah.
So many things that the plant can do. I think that still a lot of people don't even know.
Yeah.
We're still finding it now, but
Yeah.
it's good. It's. I think we are headed in the right direction. Like where we were in Florida, especially, and I think the U.S. Hopefully, I'm hoping in the next 4 years will be federally legal.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully, fingers crossed, will be recreational
Yes, that I'm hoping.
soon.
What do you think about the growing situation, Dad? Think we'll be able to grow soon?
I mean, I hope so, but who knows?
That's right. That's the thing about Florida. You never know.
Yeah, you're right. It's like you hope so, but who knows with Florida?
Would you grow?
Absolutely. I would love to grow.
Cool.
If I could, I would absolutely grow.
That's something that's another thing. Like I talk to a lot of growers, and from talking to so many different growers and hearing so many different things, and it's an art to them too. Just like
Yeah.
I make film, and you and your art, it's like that's an art to them. And
Hmm.
when we're able to do that, that's a whole nother step where we'll be able to grow our own medicine, and I
Yeah.
that will be awesome because then it's a whole nother step in the right in this on this journey. And
Yeah.
it sucks that we had to go through the stuff that we did have to go through, but we're both here now, and it's working. You know,
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
so I definitely wish the best for you in the future. I'm glad I finally got you on the live.
Yeah. Me too. Definitely me too.
But yes, and if you would, I would love for you to come back on again sometime
Of course. Yeah.
and just keep up with. And then we'll teach each other, I guess, as far as the YouTube and all that, because I have a.
Yes. And maybe I can put you also in touch with my friend who streams and
Oh
said she was going to help me.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, definitely, because
Hmm.
that a lot of people have been telling me that's the way to go to start loading stuff onto YouTube. So
Yeah.
I was looking on, like I said, I put some lives on it. I did a little bit of reading. That didn't get too
Mhm.
far, I'm not going to lie, but we'll do it later. After we talk, I'm probably just smoke a little, make some content, and chill for the rest of the night because it's a lot of work today. But
Yeah.
I will read into it and look into it. But thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me. It was nice talking to you.
Yes, and please keep in touch and please come on again and update me on your journey. I'd love to hear just what works for you,
Sure.
how everything goes, and I'll be following you on Instagram, so I'll see you from there. But
Okay.
we'll definitely be in touch, and thank you so much again.
It was nice talking to you.
All right, have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye. All right, Cannabis fam. Well, yes, that's why I have 3 accounts right now. Tragic America. I don't know. It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. It's been having, I don't know, to be honest with you. You know, I did write Instagram back, so we're going to see. Came back last time. I was talking to a few people in the cannabis industry today, like I said, and a few people did lose accounts. So they're not sure if it was content or something changed, and I haven't got a chance to look at it yet. So maybe you guys can let me know. Somebody did say it was something about Instagram sometimes gets confused with the robot. So if you are liking stuff too much, that can be an issue. But I don't think that's an issue when it comes to my account and a couple other people I have been talking to. And a couple of them have a lot of followers, over 10,000. So my suggestion, if you are doing cannabis content now, definitely see if the rules have changed. I'm going to hold back a little bit on what I do show. But be careful, guys, because I know how it feels to lose content. It sucks. So spread your stuff out, save it, and that's all I could tell you. I love you guys. I hope you have a great night tonight. I'm going to go ahead and relax. And I'm probably going to make some more content. I'm probably going to look up and see how YouTube works and get all that loaded because I do have some great, great, great lives from Tragic America to go on YouTube. So go ahead and check out tragicamerica.com because I'll tell you, you'll always be able to find everything there, no matter what has problems, no matter what name has problems. That sends you to Spotify, that will send you to Facebook, that will send you to Instagram, Buy Me a Coffee, and I'm probably going to try out Cannabis or WeedTube. I'm going to do it all, guys. I love to do content. I love to write. I love to make reels. I love to make films. So as I learn, I'll I'll tell you guys what works for me. So tragicamerica.com. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight, and we will be staying on Tragic Dreamers for now, but you will be updated. I love you, Canna fam. Have a good night.